The national anthem. May we all rise for the national anthem. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians own and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign. In peace or battle honor, and this we count as gain. To hang unto our children a banner without stain. O God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here for the official flag off ceremony of the construction of Kugbo Bus Terminal in the entity here in Nigeria's capital. Let me start off by acknowledging the presence here of His Excellency, the President of the Senate, Senator Dr. Kugbo, Nigeria's legislature, National Assembly, who are here present. Let me specifically Senator David Jimkuta, Chair of the Senate Committee on FCT Area Councils and Ancillary Matters. A while ago, we acknowledged the presence here of a number of other senators who had come in as part of the entourage of either the Honorable Minister or the Senate President himself. Let me just once again mention them. Senator Dr. Kugbo, who's Senate Committee Chair on Health. Senator Orwell Yesu, who's Chairman of the Senate Committee on Federal Character. Your Excellencies, let me who have come to attend this ceremony. We acknowledge here the Honorable Mukhtar Aliu Betara, who is Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on the FCT. Honorable Fred Agbedi, Chairman of the House Committee on FCT Area Councils and Ancillary Matters. The Honorable Joshua Obike, Member representing Amak Gwari Federal Constituency, and Honorable Abdurrahman Ajia, who's representing Abuja South. As is traditional in this part, we acknowledge and welcome our guests, and then of course, we note the presence of the host himself, easily led by the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital, His Excellency Ezemo Yesum Wike Siwen, Today's event, the Honorable Minister of State, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, is being represented by the head of the FCT Civil Service, Dr. Samuel Atan, Chief of Staff, Honorable Chidi Amadi, Chairman of the FCT Civil Service Commission, Engineer Mecca Eze, Executive Secretary of the FCDA, Engineer Sheikh Hadi Ahmed, Secretary Transportation, Right Honorable Dr. Chinedu Elechi, Mandate Secretaries, Area Council Chairman, Permanent Secretaries. Let me not leave out the representative of the traditional institution here, represented by His Royal Highness Joseph Fulani Darai, the Sakari of Karu. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen who've been in here, and earlier on we acknowledged the presence of so many of you who are distinguished here. My name is Cyril Stover. I have the rather simple task of taking you through today's event, which is mostly a replica of what we witnessed yesterday in Mabushi. It is the flag of the construction of the Kugbo bus terminal. Now, a lot has been said about the importance and relevance of this project to the FCT, and you heard a lot about it yesterday. I might not repeat those, except to draw attention to the early morning showers. Were they really showers? Because some might describe it as a heavy downpour of not just cats and dogs traditionally, but elephants and hippos, as they say. And some wondered if this event would take place indeed. But then, it did underscore the importance of this project. Think for a while, will you, of the hundreds of thousands of commuters who would have to struggle to go through commuting day in the FCT without infrastructure such as this that has been put up. Not say that in the future these things will be of the past. So, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, let me, at this point in time, someone who would to this event and put it in its true perspective. And here, let me invite the Mandate Secretary, FCT Transportation Secretary, who will step forward and welcome you formally. The Right Honorable Dr. Chinedu Elechi. Let's put our hands together when he comes to the podium. Thank you.
Thank you, MC. Your Excellencies, the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and other members of the National Assembly here present, the Honorable Minister FCT, please permit me, Your Excellencies, to rely on the several layers of protocol already established by the MC, Mr. Cyril Stover. On behalf of the Honorable Minister FCT, His Excellency Ezra Minister Nike, CON, the Honorable Minister of State FCT, Dr. Maria Mahmoud, the Transportation Secretary, and the entire FCTA. We welcome Your Excellencies and distinguished guests to this occasion of the flag off of the construction of the boat bus to taxi terminal. I especially welcome the special guest of honor, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Kugbo Akpabio, CON, President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Chairman of the National Assembly and his entourage. Yesterday, at the flag off of the Mabushi bus to taxi terminal, the requirements of a bus terminal as an essential infrastructure for a modern city like the Federal Capital City were well established in all the speeches, including that of the Right Honorable Mr. Speaker, House of Representatives, Tajuddin Abbas, CON, who was the special guest of honor at the occasion. When completed, this bus terminal will impact largely on the public transportation of Abuja and will significantly reduce traffic congestion as there are fewer private cars on the road, thus leading to faster travel times, less stress for commuters, and lower costs related to vehicle wear and fuel consumption. This is important for the FCT, which has an estimated population of about 4 million people living in an area of about 7,620 square kilometers. On both occasions that the Vice President of Nigeria, His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, represented Mr. President at the commissioning of the 9 projects in the FCT in June 2024, the Vice President described the FCT Minister as, quote, a force of nature. I did a quick search via ChatGPT, and this is what I found. A force of nature is an expression used to describe someone powerful and unstoppable, and is applied to individuals who have a strong, dynamic presence and an undeniable impact on their surroundings, close quote. Yesterday's flag off of the construction of the Mabushi bus to taxi terminal, today's flag off of the Kugbo bus to taxi terminal, tomorrow's groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the Abuja division of the Appeal Court complex, and next tomorrow's official flag off of the reconstruction of Kwaita Yebo Road in Kwale Area Council, FCT. Barely a month after the commissioning of 9 high-profile projects in the Federal Capital City, and the Kwale Road in Kwale Area Council is a clear testament of the veracity of that statement by Mr. Vice President. In conclusion, we thank the Honorable Minister FCT for allowing us to be of service here today, and we invite all our special guests of honor and distinguished guests to sit back, relax, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you very much, the Mandate Secretary. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to give an overview of this project, let me now invite the Managing Director and Chief Executive of Planet Projects, who will come forward here and then give you an overview of this project. Let's put our hands together for Engineer Biodun Otunola, who's right here. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the Senate President, Senator Godswill Akpabio, the FCT Minister, His Excellency Barrister Wilson Wike, please permit me to stand on existing protocol in taking you through this project overview. Again, I want to underscore the fact that today is another history in the making. We are filing up the second bus terminal ever in the history of the FCT. This is indeed an historic day. Even the weather have to obey history by stopping so that we can have this good weather, to have this event. I think God Almighty must indeed be smiling in high heaven and give us a fair weather. You are welcome, Mr. Senate President. Indeed, we can say that this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a masses-loving administration. What the FCT Minister is doing is showing that FCT is not only for the rich and the elite who are supposed to have car, but we're saying now that the FCT can now be for the masses. We know what our contemporaries go through this morning in the heavy shower. There's no facility, there's no bus stop. Some of them cannot even come out of their house because once it rains in Abuja, the transport system of the masses just ceases. They can't move anywhere because they have no car. Today in FCT, there are over 500,000 people using public transport, taxis and buses. Yet there are no infrastructure for them. Permit me, Mr. Senate President, to give you another statistics. All our airports in Nigeria is used by only 30,000 people every day, including international flight, British Airways, Lufthansa, Air, Ibom Air. Public transportation for the masses in Nigeria is used by over 80 million people. And yet, a lot of investment going to the airport, while little or nothing is done at the level of the masses and to bus terminal. So that is why this project is very important. We need to serve the people. Government is taking government and project to the barest level of the masses. And I think His Excellency, the FCT Minister, deserves a round of applause for this project. I will say that I'll go straight to the assignment that I have here. What are the facilities that we have here? This project today is going to put Abuja as part of the world-class cities. I'm a Nigerian. We have traveled abroad, a lot of us, and we have seen facilities of this nature. We use buses, we use train services, and that is what we are trying to replicate in Abuja as well. We cannot be less compared to any other city. Abuja is our pride, and for us to be able to bring Abuja to that level, we must provide comfortable, affordable, safe, and secure public transport infrastructure for our people. And that is the essence of this particular project. So on this project, we are going to have all the essential elements that make it safe. You can travel at any part of the day. So you will have here very big bus terminal where people can be sheltered. You will have CCTV, which will provide security. You are going to have lift and elevator. We are going to take care of the disabled people as well. As part of the facility here, you also have retail. Like you go abroad, anywhere there's transport system, there is always retail service. People can buy, you can shop. All those are the complement of service that we're going to provide here. We will look after the women, we will look after the children, look after the disabled as well. And all of them will be encompassed in the design that you're going to have. It will be truly iconic and a world-class facility we want to promise you. And another thing I need to say is about us as a company. We are very rich experience in doing this. We are the only company that have built bus 7 terminals in Nigeria, 7 of them, including the iconic Oshodi Transport Interchange. We are building in Kenya, we are building at Drake, we're building in Ibadan. And we bring that rich experience into here. But we want to promise you the one in Abuja will be far better than any other one. So, in terms of readiness, as we see, we have already put over 18 equipment here. We are ready to start this project almost immediately, we want to assure you. And for the community of Kugbo and Yanya, please, we have jobs for you. We are a company that engage communities. We are ready to engage you from Monday. We are going to register here. Please come and apply to the carpenters, bricklayers, laborers. We will employ you. This is an inclusive project, and we are going to bring our community licensing people who will take all your names, photographs, and then we promise you over 50% to 60% of people that will work here will be from this community. Just give us your support, cooperation, and then we will deliver. In our contract, we were told to deliver this in 15 months. Again, I want to assure you, Mr. Project, Your Excellency, we will do everything possible to deliver it within the record, and in fact, beat the time that you have given us. And we're a proudly Nigerian company. We thank you for the opportunity you have given us. I want to assure you that within the record time, this project will be delivered. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you very much, Engineer Biodun Otunmola, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Planet Projects, the contractors. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we do have a couple of messages that aim at supporting this project. Let me, at this point, invite the Honorable Mukhtar Aliyu Betara, Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on FCT, to deliver a goodwill message. Let's appreciate him as it comes to the podium. Thank
you. Your Excellency, the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished senators here present, my colleagues from the House of Representatives, Honorable Minister, FCT, I stand on the existing protocol. Your Excellency, we are here today to flag off the bus stop terminal here in Kugbo. I'm not surprised with this project because I know the minister that we are working with. They flagged off the yesterday's one in Mabushi, and we are doing the second one today. For me, the residents of Karu, Kugbo, and Abuja in general, I'm happy today that we are going to have employment within this area. But I'm advising the contractor and the FCT that when this bus stop is built, I will suggest that in the contract, the maintenance and the security should be given or left with the contractor to maintain. That will be better. By the time we build this bus stop, without the maintenance, I think this bus stop will be a place for the hoodlums to be coming in to sleep here. But Your Excellency, I will suggest, the Senate President is here and the Honorable Minister is here, that we tie the maintenance and the security to the contractor that is building it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Bitora. Your Excellencies, now may I invite, for the purpose of delivering a goodwill message, distinguished Senator David Jimputa, who is chairman of the Senate Committee on FCT Area Councils and Ancillary Matters. Let's appreciate him. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Senate, Chairman, National Assembly, my leader, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Kugbo, the Chairman, Senate Committee, FCT, the Chairman, Senate Committee on Agriculture, and my Deputy, Saliu Mustafa, and the member of the National Assembly, the Honorable Minister, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me once again congratulate Mr. President for a wonderful discovery and innovation of one antibiotic WSWK is working. This antibiotic is very, very wonderful, it's very, very effective, you can see. And the antibiotic is going everywhere. It's for everybody, both people in the city and the urban area. For us in the National Assembly, thank you. My leader, the chairman of the National Assembly is here. He always, anything of the FCT, today he told me, he said, I was not in the National Assembly to preside because of you people. I say, Your Excellency, I'll be happy for you to grace this occasion today so that you encourage us more to appropriate more funds. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Senator. Now, Your Excellencies, as we inch closer to the climax of this event, let me now invite the one who is standing in for the Minister of State of the FCT, and that's talking about the head of the FCT Civil Service, Dr. Samuel Atan, to give the vote of thanks and thank you for gracing this occasion. Dr. Samuel Atan, please. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother Cyril Stover. Your Excellency, the President of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Godswill Akpabio, CON, other distinguished senators and honorable members of the House of Representatives here present, my boss, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency, Chief Barrister Ezenwo Wike, CON, please permit me to align myself with the already well-established protocol by the MC. It is a great privilege and honor for me to stand before these dignitaries to deliver a vote of thanks at this auspicious occasion of the construction of the bus terminal in Kugbo, one of the gateways to our nation's capital city. I am delighted to extend our sincere gratitude to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and other members of the Federal Executive Council the leadership of the 10th National Assembly, led by His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio, CON, who is our special guest of honor, for their unwavering support towards the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Your Excellencies, permit me to reiterate that this project marks a significant step towards enhancing transportation infrastructure within our capital city. For that, we are deeply thankful to the visionary leadership of our boss, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, His Excellency Chief Barrister Ezenwoye Sonwike, CON, for giving us a purposeful leadership. His dogged spirit and commitment to achieve set targets has changed the landscape of our nation's capital city. His dedication and foresight will undoubtedly transform the commuting experiences for our residents and visitors alike as we collectively fulfill the mandate of the renewed hope to the residents of the citizens of the Federal Capital Territory. Special thanks also go to the Mandate Secretary Transportation Secretariat, the contractor and engineers who will turn plans into concrete structures, ensuring high standard of safety and functionality. Your expertise will shape the future of Abuja's transportation landscape. To all our distinguished guests and attendees, your presence today underscores the importance of this initiative. Your encouragement strengthens our resolve to deliver excellent services. Before I conclude, let me reassure His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, of the unalloyed support and dedication of the over 38,000 strong workforce of the FCT administration in making sure we facilitate all processes that will actualize the dream of making Abuja a world-class city. In conclusion, let us look forward with optimism as we embark on this journey towards a more connected and efficient Abuja. It is my candid hope that we will build not just terminals, but pathways to progress and prosperity. I want to thank you very much for your valued attention, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Dr. Atam. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, some years ago, a song took the Nigerian music scene by storm. It was by a Nigerian creative. The key words in that song are "things are not the same." Those words are today applicable to the Federal Capital Territory on the account of a change in administration and what has happened ever since in the past 11 or thereabout months. Your Excellency, let me at this point now invite a man who's been given so many names, and this morning I heard a new one, antibiotic. But let's put our hands together as we invite the Honorable Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Ezenwoye CON, to the rise of praise. Minister, sir.
Your Excellency, the Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and China National Assembly, Your Excellency, Robert and common Senate, distinguished senators who accompanied the Senate President, in particular Senate Committee of FCT, Senate Committee of Media Councils and other ancillary matters, and pay special tribute to the civil senators of Rivers State who also have come here to give support to the FCT and the Senate President. The Chairman House Committee of FCT and Chairman House Committee, area councils, and other ancillary matters, and other members of the House of Representatives that are here. Former Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Chairman, APC, where the Senate President comes from, the South, Chief Victor Tambari Gadam, who have been giving us support the advent of this administration, head of service and mandate secretaries, coordinators that are here, permanent secretaries, the Deputy Secretary of FCDA, traditional rulers, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Senate President, let me on behalf of the Federal Capital Territory Administration most sincerely thank you and your team for coming to give us the support for the development of FCT. Let me also use this period to also thank you for coming to represent Mr. President in June, one of the commissioning of projects lined up during the 1 year in office of Mr. President. And also thank you for honoring our invitation to ride with us on the metro line. As I speak to you today, we have had not less than daily passengers using that to the various communities at the airport daily, not less than 4,000 or 5,000 every day. And that tells you that the Need Hope agenda is indeed working. Again, when somebody was speaking here, he said that the administration of Mr. President is not just for the elites, it's not just for those who can afford. It also makes it convenient for people who cannot afford. Look at the kind of rainfall today. How many people will be on the road to wait for taxis and buses? They have to go back to their houses and probably not be able to meet up their daily activities. But when this is completed, what it means is that you have access to the place, whether it is raining or not. You are sure of being conveyed of vehicles you can identify, you know who is the one in charge of this vehicle, and take you safely to wherever you are going. And again, to reduce this time, everything of one chance. You're on the road, you don't know who has the car, and then the person tells you, say yes, you enter. And then the next story here, that the person had been kidnapped or what on this. So this, make sure that you don't need to go and wait on the road. You just come to the terminal. Where are you heading to? There's a bus or there's a taxi, and we know who is the driver of the taxi or who is the driver of the bus. It reduces the level of insecurity. What makes our city to be a great city? When basic infrastructures are not provided, a city like Abuja up to now cannot have proper public transportation. And with what Mr. President has directed us to do, I believe in the next 12-13 months, there will be a change in the public transportation in the FCT. And let me commend the two and members of the National Assembly, particularly the two chairmen of the FCT and the two chairmen of the area council. This is not a project where you will say there's no adequate funding. No. And it has been our practice that projects that do not have adequate budgeting, we do not go and embark on such a project. So there's funding as far as this project is concerned. So I thank them for knowing the importance of this project and also make sure that funding is provided in the 2024 Appropriation Act. I want to sincerely thank you for that. Because you would have said no, put a 1 billion naira for a project of almost 60 billion. You have put 1 billion naira in the budget, which means that that project will never see the light of the day. All our projects today that we are doing, adequate funding is provided in the budget. So it is not where a project that will cost us 20 billion, what you will see in the budget, 500 million naira. We believe that that cannot help. And that's why none of our projects will be an abandoned project. None of our projects will exceed 15 months to 2 years. None. It's because of your support. And let me reassure the chairman of the FCT committee who took the advice. And let me say, this is not a project we just say government go and run. We will not do that. But once the project is finished, or before it is finished, we enter into arrangement on how it will be operated. Government is not a good business person. If you want the project to die, the day you finish it, you say, a transport secretary, come and then forget it. It's gone. The money you have wasted, the money you have spent here will be a wasted money. So their own is only to supervise, but not to operate. 2, we know security is important. I can assure you, even based on current realities, I have discussed with the Senate President, some other features will be provided as far as here is concerned. Here is not going to be what they call ordinary park. That National Union of Road people will come and say they are running the park. No, we are not going to do that. No, nobody's going to do that. Here is what is obtainable in every developed country, and how terminals are run. So if you're a taxi driver or union, don't come and union this one here. This is to be operated very well and for the interest of our people. On that note, Mr. Senate President, let me invite you to talk to us briefly and then urge you to flag off this very important project to the glory of God. Thank you, Mr. Senate President.
Please be seated. To God be the glory. We have yet another opportunity provided by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to undertake a major venture that will add value to lives and turn Abuja, capital city, into a modern city that will be rated among the best, not just in Africa, but globally. So let me start by further recognizing the chairman of the Senate Committee on FCT, the Civil Senator Bowen, and then further recognize the chairman of the Senate Committee on Area Councils of the FCT and Ancillary Matters, who has just nicknamed the Minister of FCT Antibiotics. Talking about the Civil Senator Jimmy Kuta. Yes, antibiotics that came to cure the disease of underdevelopment of the FCT and neglect of major infrastructure. Of course, we have a lot of senators with us. The Civil Senator Mustafa Salim, who is also the Vice Chairman of the Area Council of the FCT and also Chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture and Food Production. We have a lot of other senators who accompanied us here today. And without mentioning all, let me especially recognize the 3 senators from Rivers State of Nigeria who are here to solidarize with their son, who is doing what he knows how to do best, and also support their leader, the Senate President. So the Distinguished Senator Mbigi, Distinguished Senator Baligo, and of course my other colleague, who is also here. 3 of you are highly recognized. The chairman of the Senate Committee on the FCT. You came with your brother, the chairman of the House Committee, himself, Petera, who was able to give very wonderful advice, and also the other chairman. So without going too much into protocol, the Honourable Minister of the FCT, I don't want to add another name, but let me say the antibiotics of the FCT curing decayed infrastructure. The Minister of State, my sister Miriam, and what we are delighted that we are here represented, the former Chief Whip, Minority Whip actually, of the Senate Senator Aluda, the former Deputy Speaker, my brother Awuche, of course, very many senators who are not serving but not yet retired, who are still eyeing the Senate. Senator, wow, I've seen all of you. So let me jump you and recognize my own chairman of the APC, the largest political party in Africa, and who is who is actually chairman of the South-South, and also the national vice chairman. My brother Giadom, I've seen you and many others in your numbers. Then of course the area council chairman of the FCT, and then the mandate secretaries of FCT, particularly the mandate secretary in charge of transportation, and all other officials of government of the FCT, the area council, the head of service, and of course the chairman of the FCT civil service, and former chairman of the Bureau of Public Procurement, very intelligent man. I've seen that it's a project, it's assembling the best team to work for the FCT, and there's no way we will not have results. I congratulate all of you for what you are doing. The permanent secretary, permanent secretaries in the FCT. Initially, I think before you used to have one permanent secretary, but now you have many. What's up is a project. I congratulate you. Then our traditional fathers who are going to be beneficiaries of what we are doing here, I salute all of you. And then the residents of the FCT, the managing director of the company that is going to handle this project, the Planet Projects, Biodun, whatever the name is, you are the managing director. The major thing is that you know what you are doing. I listened to you and I was very impressed. So distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again I'm delighted to be invited to be here to undertake a venture, an endeavor that connects with the FCT. The FCT belongs to all Nigerians. It also belongs to all Africans and the world over. The FCT is actually an international arena that should be beautified, that should have the international coloration. But unfortunately, before the advent of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, people were wondering whether we actually had a capital city, considering the fact that if you go to Akwa Ibom State and you see the roads, the airport, and then you go to Rivers State and you see what is the project are done, and then you go to Katsina and other states of the Federation, including Kano, Kaduna and all that, you will start wondering why FCT was neglected. I don't think FCT was neglected. I think the problem was that there was no vision. There was no vision. That's the way I see it. Because if somebody reconnects the fact that this is where all the ambassadors of various countries will come, this is where all the heads of states will come, then there would have been need to complete most of the arterial routes and even the main road that leads us from the airport. I want to say congratulations. Let me even mention one that continues to shock me. Each time I pass through that Asoko flyover, that when you are coming in from the police headquarters and you are trying to go into Asoko, I always shout on my people. I said, we are going to Asoko. Where are you going to? They said, sir, it is Asoko. I said, but you are passing through this flyover. And they said, Your Excellency, have you forgotten that Mr. Project is now the Minister of FCT? So, my brother, that is another wonder. That place has changed the landscape of Abuja. And they are doing so. Even today, I entered Nelson Mandela as I was coming here. Just a main street in Asukoro. Go and see what they have done there. Completely transformed. So, we are not just thinking of roads all around. You are now coming to look at the masses and their comfort. I drove with Mr. President on the metro line earlier in the year, and I was amazed. I'm happy that Mr. President decided on the spot to give free ride to people traversing all those villages to the airport to and fro from now until December 31st. Free. And we are now confirming that over 4,000 people are being carried on a daily basis. I think this on its own is a major palliative awaiting the minimum wage that we are discussing. So can I say congratulations to you and the President. So a lot of people will say things. I saw one of the legislators on television talking about you and mentioning the fact that she was not carried along. Well, she's a member of the Senate. Once the decision is taken, she is bound by the decision. So please ignore every distraction and then be rest assured that no matter what you do, not everybody will praise you. No matter what you do, others will still try to find faults. Some were saying, why roads alone? But look at where we are now. We are now about to flag off a major infrastructure that will touch the lives of people from Karo, Nyanya, and others. And this bus terminal we are talking about, I looked at the picture. I saw where they are going to be seated, waiting for their bus to be called. And it's almost as if they are inside a major terminal at the airport. This is, for me, another major wonder of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. This is the way to councils and also the FCT residents and visitors alike. So, I believe that there's no technical, and I must thank the President for having the eyes to pinpoint those who can perform and bring it there. He did this in Lagos, and today Lagos is one of the best, one of the largest economies in the whole of Africa when we are talking about cities. I have no doubt that by the time this President is through with his tenure in this country, 7 years from today, many people will not recognize FCT. They will not recognize Nigeria again. So all I can say is let us continue to pray for him. Pray for him and be hopeful that the challenges that you see today, tomorrow you will see them no more. So Mr. Project, the development of this bus terminal is more than just a construction project. It is a testament to the good works and commitment of you and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I can tell you that your efforts to modernize Abuja and bring progress to the downtrodden, this is one of those realizations. The terminal will serve as a vital hub that will facilitate the efficient movement of people, serve as a vital hub that will ensure traffic decongestion and also improve the overall quality of life for residents and visitors alike. Yes, you mentioned something about one chance. Even people that make phone calls and call boats, some of the boat drivers are not really, they just hack people's phone numbers, and by the time you get in, you realize that that's the end. the next thing your family will start getting phone calls for ransom. So this will stop all those nonsense. And we have discussed the fact that yes, if you hand this over to just normal people, how do you call it, the NURT or something, Nigerian Union of Road Transport to run, this will go down. And it will just become a habitat for criminals. So let it be privately run, but please let it be also affordable. So all you do is to supervise it to ensure that it's affordable. So the Kugbo bus terminal, designed to be a state-of-the-art facility that can compete with any in Africa, equipped with modern amenities to ensure comfort, safety, and convenience for all users, providing structured and organized environment for our public transportation system, promoting greater efficiency and reliability is about to be flagged off today. So let me say that the project aligns with broader vision for Abuja and Nigeria as a whole, that not just within the country, but in the entire global community, that these kind of projects are being found. A well-organized public transportation system is the backbone of any thriving metropolis. With this terminal, we are laying solid foundation for sustainable urban development. One was flagged off yesterday by Mr. Speaker, and we are about delighted that most of my colleagues are here with me to witness this. And knowing you witness this, and knowing you, not just because you said the money is available, I know your capacity to supervise. The contractors are better be ready, because even by 1 a.m. you'll be here to see what they are doing. And so they will deliver within the 15 months or even less to the glory of God. To the current Minister of FCT, I must say you made remarkable strides within a period of just 1 year in transforming the capital city into a modern metropolis with efficient infrastructure. Please keep up the good work. Recently, I and the President were involved in about 9 commissionings, which has already mentioned here. Major infrastructure that were started 30, 40 years ago, but they couldn't finish. Because there are people who start projects, there are those who finish, they are finisher. And so we were able to finish those projects that were started and abandoned. And then we came and we completed it and commissioned them for you and for Nigerians. The improvements aim to attract both investors and tourists, making Abuja a prime destination for business, public service, and leisure. Yes, that reminds me of the leisure park that I went to near to Sunrise Estate that I went with you. I think a lot of people are not even aware of that. The children are on a daily basis praising you for that leisure park. So congratulations, Mr. Project. So sorry, Mr. Antibiotics. So your commitment to these projects has earned commendations from supporters and critics alike, highlighting the positive impact of initiatives on the city's growth and modernization. In fact, even in the mosque on Friday, I heard the imams were talking about you and praying for you. And some were saying, yes, if others had come from other places and would not go, then let's be focusing on where you come from, so that we can always bring ministers that work for the benefit of all. So everybody is happy with the president and what is happening in the city. So let me extend my heartfelt appreciation to all of you who are working tirelessly with the minister to bring Abuja back to the original master plan conceived by our founding fathers. Let it be known to you that your dedication and hard work are instrumental in driving our nation forward, which of course brings hope to the renewed agenda of Mr. President. I want to also acknowledge the support and cooperation of the National Assembly, who are determined to support you and support Mr. President to deliver the goods to all Nigerians. So when we are through, they will say, yes, there was an administration and there was a parliament, and they work harmoniously together and change Nigeria for the better. I think that's our dream and that's our mantra. On this we stand. We'll continue to support you so that you can restore Abuja to what was originally conceived by our founding fathers. So the Kugbo bus terminal remains a major testament that FCT will soon be better than many capital cities in the African continent. I ask the continued cooperation, total collaboration of the stakeholders and residents to ensure that these facilities are protected from theft and destruction, Sometimes it saddens me when men red line, people go and take the red lines to go and vandalize it and use it to go and melt the metal for other things. That should not be in a community where people know that government project is their own. So the residents of Abuja and visitors alike must know that these facilities are for them. They must own these facilities and protect these facilities. And if you see something, say something. So it will be necessary for others for this to be bequeathed to future generations. As stated in our national anthem. So it's our collective responsibility to protect this facility because they belong to us, and the money being spent is your money. So let me use this opportunity to appeal to the contractor to ensure that this project is completed on time, because this government has a time frame. We will not be a government that will have 60 billion budgeted for a project, and then we'll put 500 million in a year, or 1 billion, and then that means we are signaling that we'll complete the project in 60 years. So that all that has gone. The National Assembly has changed. We want to do targeted budgeting and then have a time frame. When we say we are constructing a project for 100 billion, we should be able to say, okay, it will finish in 4 years. The first year should be 25 billion, and then thereafter we add milestone and complete it within the first 4 years of the administration. Never again shall we have a project of 100 billion and then we put 250 million this year, knowing very well that that is for clearing of site, and before you come back next year, the grass has grown again. So in conclusion, I want to reiterate this present administration's unwavering dedication and commitment to the development of not just Abuja, to the development of this country. And to say, yes, indeed, the Kugbo seminar represents a major significant step in this direction. So on that note, and with the confidence that we have in you and your team, it is now my privilege as President of the Nigerian Senate, Chairman of the National Assembly, to move forward to flag off the Kugbo seminar construction to the glory of God and for use by humanity. I thank you for listening to me.
Your Excellencies, just a quick announcement as His Excellency the President of the Senate goes to flag off the Kugbo terminal. He will be accompanied by the Honorable Minister of the FCT, the Minister of State, the representatives, all members of the National Assembly, will support the South, and of course the MD of Planet Projects Engineer Bill. These are the only ones who would accompany the President to flag off this place.
So other ministers, and when they are doing their appointments, please senators should also be there present when they are commissioning and flagging off. I am very delighted that all the senators from the U.S. are here, and the U.S. has seen them. So, Honourable Minister, FCT, on behalf of the President, it is my privilege to now call this step to flag off the construction of the Kugbo terminals and ancillary facilities for the use of FCT residents and visitors alike, and to the glory of Almighty God. I will say amen.
Can we please clear the pathway? His Excellency and the entourage will be a turnaround for a brief photo shoot, and immediately after we'll bring to a conclusion this event. Please clear the pathway. Thank you very much. This will be a brief photo shoot. And now, once again, the national anthem. Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Nor tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians all and proud to serve for sovereign fatherland. Our flag shall be a
We're together. Fine. Happy to see you. And this we come as children of land without stain. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria may be blessed.
Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This concludes this flag off ceremony for the Kugbo Bus Terminal. Thank you all.
Thank you and God bless. Perfect silence. Fine. Family important. Yeah. The last time we got was
ADBN, Advocate Broadcasting Network.
And as always, I have exciting grammar with Mr. Actually, throughout the week, I only went to work yesterday. Okay. I had a couple of